Welcome to Lizards Inc., a show where two lizard people learn more about the eccentricities of human society. Today's topic, the Mandela Effect. Zilla hadn't spoken to Nalon for a week. Nalon randomly closed himself off from the rest of the office. Zilla had grown worried about what his friend was getting into.
I hope Nalon isn't looking too much into that human stuff. They've been ramping up the security around here because of a supposed data leak or something, I don't know.
Zilla nods at two security guards. He takes a deep breath as he walks up to Nalon's office. The door slowly opens to reveal a dimly lit room. Zilla barely makes out an unmoving silhouette of Nalon. He rushes in and starts shaking Nalon's body.
Hey, wake up! Come on, what type of overtime were they forcing on you? It's no use. He probably died not too long ago. They may have worked him to death. They really need to stop with these random overtime drawings. It kills at least one of us a year. Oh, time to call the police so they can...
Oh, hey, Zilla.
Nalon was in fact not dead. Zilla stepped towards the groggy Nalon. He raised his hand, bringing it down upon the still sleepy lizard. Nalon landed on his floor. He stumbled up, having woken up from the slap.
Okay, I'm up. How are you doing, bud?
Don't how are you doing, bud me? You look dead just now, and I'm pretty sure you weren't breathing.
All right. Yeah, I haven't been sleeping that well at night. Something keeps waking me.
You were talking about some bell last time.
Well, that's the thing. I stayed up one night to check.
What is your sleep schedule? No wonder you looked dead, and a little high at that. Your eyes are a bit bloodshot.
That's not important right now. What is important is that the bell does not go off at night. Gib Neb doesn't ring at night. I still heard a ringing, but it was not that.
Oh, really? I had no clue.
We must have both misremembered. That's the only reasoning.
I don't ever remember it going off later than 10.
You also said you remember dating someone in school who became a celebrity, but they don't even know you.
Don't weaponize my memories against me. You know most famous people act like they're better than everybody else. Besides, our graduating class was big, you know.
The two lizards turn their heads towards the door as they hear footsteps. They see a group of guards escorting a worker through the halls.
Speaking of misremembering things, I don't remember this many guards, and I don't remember them holding these walks of shame.
I think that guy works on the 15th floor.
I wonder what's going on.
Did you not see the email?
Huh?
Zilla looked at Nalon with a face all friends knew, a face of confusion and annoyance. Zilla had once again slapped Nalon out of his seat. The dazed lizard scrambled back into his seat as he checked his computer, clearly not accessing his email. Zilla felt a wave of disappointment as he watched his friend scramble through an endless pile of tabs. Nalon kept glancing back, hoping Zilla would not say what he was expected to say.
You forgot your password, didn't you?
Nalon rushed through his office, pulling files out of every cabinet in the room.
What? No, I put it here somewhere. I swear, I'll find it.
Nalon sat back down with a handful of notepads.
Hey, since we're on the topic of misremembering, check out this cool thing I've been learning about.
Oh, God.
Nalon sorted through more computer tabs as his claws flew across the keyboard.
It fits very well with your misremembering of your childhood. It's called the Mandela Effect. It's what happens when a large amount of people share a common false memory.
You're one to talk about misremembering, but I think I remember learning about that in college. It was a big part of the propaganda class we took.
Somewhat. They don't really tell us much outside of how helpful it could be in our careers. Basically, a false memory is what happens when someone recalls a real memory, but incorrectly. For example, I remember you owned a blue wallet.
But I never did.
Exactly.
Zella could tell that Nalon was stalling for time as he searched for his password list. As he listened, he realized how useful this information would be for his work.
So while you're clearly stalling here, you may as well tell me why the Mandela effect is so unique.
As I said earlier, the effect comes from the idea that a mass, that a mass group of people share the same false memory. Here's the thing, though. I think most Mandela effects might be caused by us. I don't know. I'm still looking into it.
What do you mean?
One of the big effects is the Monopoly Man. Where is it? Not that one. No, definitely not that one. Most people remember he had a monocle, but he never did. Except he did have one. I was looking around my dad's old junk, and I mean, there's a lot of junk. I found a document about it. Shoot, where is it? They made a few copies with the monocle, and after some time, swapped the boxes once the monocle was deep in some people's memory.
That is genius! By making people believe they can have a false memory, we can create more chaos by manipulating information based on who sees it. Why didn't I think of this?
Well, that's the thing. Oh, that's gonna be saved for later. Humans have found a way to both fix and create false memories. For example, a human may have experienced a traumatic experience and personally created a mid block that changed the events so as to not impact them as much. That repression could lead to other issues. A psychotherapist could go in and use hypnosis or dream analysis or whatever they're calling it nowadays to recover the old memories.
So we didn't use it because the humans have a counter?
Not exactly. Oh wait, that's my routing number. Those same humans can use hypnosis to create false memories to treat trauma. It falls somewhat under misinformation. Give me a second. A pin fell. For example, in the 1980s, multiple civil suits took place where abuse victims had memories remembered.
So if someone could get a psychotherapist to side with them, they can claim they had memories returned?
Not exactly. The practice is under scrutiny because of that. It is hard to tell if the memories are always real or implanted by the therapist. Oh, hey, no, that's my World of Warcraft account. As I said, some humans have found ways to use hypnosis to create memories. Why do I have so many extra passwords? Why don't I just make them the same thing? I found this court case called Ramona v. Isabella. The case came from an earlier case where this psychotherapist chick named Isabella implanted false memories in Holly Ramona. Something about finding her father guilty of abuse, except here's the cool thing, the RVI case, it turned out the dad did not abuse her, and in fact, that psychotherapist lady was using a drug, a really cool hypnosis-inducing drug, to make up fake memories. Thus, it is a heavily scrutinized, it's a very scrutinized thing. That's my Wizard 101 account. What the heck?
Why don't you leave some of these at home? But anyway, that does explain a lot. If we were working on smaller scale attacks, it'd be a great way to turn a town against each other. But classic misinformation is the way to go when it comes to big projects like ours.
Actually, you can sum it up as a form of misinformation. Both strongly held memories that are in actuality not true. Oh hey, I found my Sam's Club account. It's just different styles, but back to the Mandela effect. It was named after Nelson Mandela. Did you know that?
What about him?
Some sort of paranormal researcher. He had this vivid memory that Mandela died in a prison specifically. And then a bunch of other people also had that same memory, which is kind of weird in my opinion.
Nalon's expression grew more serious as he spoke.
I get the feeling you don't agree with that?
I just find it odd. We always had a very limited presence in Africa. Even now, when I look into it, I see no records of Mandela being one of us. He was one of the few humans to actually have power in that time. It hadn't even been 20 years since the rebellion. I think the higher-ups were afraid the Africa branch was going to side with Mandela. They tried to whack him, tried to silence him. But something kept him alive. Or rather, someone died in his place.
We're supposed to create the conspiracies, not believe them. What's gotten into you?
Nalon scowls at Zella's comment. Nalon flips through a notebook as he falls silent.
Found it!
Nalon opens the email and begins reading it. His eyes go wide in horror as Zella speaks.
They sent that email out because they found someone making contact with humans and showing an interest in information about humans. Does that sound familiar at all, Nalon?
I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I'm just learning how to do my job better. Yeah.
They're yanking people left and right. I wouldn't take this so lightly. Spend your time more wisely. Oh yeah, and watch your back.